Hello and welcome to JTV Instagram Live Short. I'm your host, Jeanette Burke, and I'm happy to welcome you to my new series featuring book authors, speakers, small business owners, coaches, and consultants. Today, I'm joined by Dr. Lynn Migdal. She is the doctor with flow. How do you say it, Lynn? Doctor with flow. You're all about having
holistic flow doc. Yeah.
Yeah, holistic flow doc. So what Lynn is doing is she's bringing holistic health, emotional health from trauma, everything together to solve it in one big place. She handles it with flow and care. We're going to talk a little bit more about how her system, which revolves around breathing, combines with the brain and the nervous system. So let's turn it over to Dr. Lynn. And Dr. Lynn, share with us a little bit about your personal story and how you developed this Brain Breathe Flow program and how it affects your nervous system and how it affects really everything we do in life to have more positive health and be in flow and less stress. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
So I've been a doctor of chiropractic for over 40 years. And when I graduated chiropractic school, I became a therapeutic breath worker. So breath and nerve flow is something that I've been working with that's now popular for the past 45 years. Mm-hmm. And when you combine assisting yourself, your nervous system and your breathing system together, and they flow, then you have total health, holistic health, because it's also affecting your emotions. So our posture right now is what's knocking out the nervous system and the breath system. So I've been honing in, and I'm very excited to say that it's a win-win, because when you learn this open breath posture, you're helping your brain to connect with the whole body. So it's all of a sudden like three parts of me came together, because I'm also a professional dancer. And it's all about the same thing, that when you're as tall as you can be in your chair or standing and as wide as you can be, not only do you have the space for the breathing apparatus to be opening and closing, and then there's a pump that goes up and down, but our brain area and our spinal area that connects to every cell, every organ, every system is flowing. Opposite to that, of course, is our techno postures. And I believe,
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, because that I believe is the main thing that people can get today. They can get a tip today that will help them right away.
Okay, so let's hear the tip, because unfortunately we do create a lot of stress in our bodies from improper posture, and we wreak havoc. I think you can give us a solution, a little tip to take away to stop that. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure most of my audience will clearly attest to the fact that we are glued to our phones 24/7.
And they're not going away. So I'm not going to talk about put your cell phone away. But
how can we handle this better?
Our posture, let's say this was my phone, okay, in my hand, it could either empower us, our breathing and nerve flow postures, or disempowering us. So we're making a choice, and we are addicted to the screen. And what's happening is that we are having forward heads, twisted heads, and the most holistic nerve that comes down from the brain is under pressure, the vagus nerve. People are looking up this nerve because it is the longest holistic nerve. And they're looking at all outside-in approaches when it really doesn't matter what you do unless you start to make some changes inside of yourself. So when the head
So let's hear a little bit about that. What kind of changes do you need to make within yourself to avoid the stress and to have your body in alignment and flow?
We have to get conscious of our breathing and our habits that are knocking out our ability to oxygenate, focus, memory, But what's happening with the vagus nerve? So you have that when the head is down and twisted, it's compressing the lungs. So physically, there's no, you can't do the difference between an open posture, open shoulders, and open throat. All the oxygen goes through. The vagus nerve in this same posture, that's why I said win-win, because the nervous system is open in this same posture that I'm talking about. The problem with the phones is that the head is forward, it's down. If we're checking it when we're not supposed to be checking it, or one-sided text, it beeps, we go down to the side all day long, and that is compressing the ability to fully breathe and pinching the vagus nerve, which we need to spend just a couple seconds on, because that one brain nerve, besides controlling the function and communication of all your organs to the brain, it is also controlling your reaction to stress, your hormonal reaction to stress. So our cortisol levels, how happy we are, how peaceful we are. And that's why this talk, and thank you so much for the chance to get this to humans, because humans don't have the tools. And right now they're under so much stress with natural disasters and sickness and all kinds of things going on, wars. We have to have the tools to take care of our nervous system, or else we will get very sick if we don't start to handle that. So changing your breathing habits and your posture will help your nervous system right away. And it's not hard to just get your shoulders back and down and put your hands up to eye level. People act like this phone is 400 pounds, like they can't. It's like everyone's doing this, so that must be the way we have to do it. And if you pick it up to eye level and keep your shoulders open back and down, then you'll be able to flow. And when you're under stress, your body will make the right reaction instead of your hormones going nuts and your body going into crisis.
Okay, so we're nearing the end of time and of the interview, and I wanted to mention a few things, or give you a chance rather to mention a few things. One major tip you could share about being more in alignment with the holistic approach for emotions and your body and everything, because you bring it all together. So one tip that you could share that we could just apply today, even if it's not for the phone, that could help us be more in alignment the way that you
Right.
you train in your
Right.
book and in your
So
courses and your work.
I would like to call attention to what I call the empowerment posture, which is what I
Okay.
was talking about. Your shoulders back and down, and then your ears in alignment with your shoulders. And to consciously flow your breath any way that it feels easiest, whether it's in and out through the nose or in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're not talking about breath work right now. When you are receiving negative information, let's say you're watching the news, you're hearing terrible things, or a friend is telling you different things. Whenever we're on the receiving end of emotional stress, to put your shoulders back and down, align up and open and breathe while listening, and that will prevent a pinched nerve. You see,
Oh,
we sometimes think that if we compress, that we're going to stop the energy from coming to us, where in actuality, the open posture, the open full breath posture is your empowerment posture, especially when you know that you're either thinking or hearing emotional stress, anger, fear, frustration, worry, disasters and illness, which we are being bombarded with all the time right now.
yes, we are. So, and then can you just give us your website so that we can go and find more information about you, your programs, your books, your courses, so on and so forth?
Okay, I don't know if this is going to show, because on the Zoom.
It's going to show. It's
So
and it's going
Dr.
to be in the
Lynn
show
Migdal,
notes.
drlynnmigdal.com is on the bottom side here of that, and that's the website. So it's just my name, which is a little hard to spell, .com. And it's an educational website where you can learn more about the brain and anatomy. And there's videos, and then there's self-learning if you want to do it through books or e-courses. But I am available virtual and live, individual trainings and group trainings, because there isn't an age or a group that cannot benefit from empowering their breath and their nervous system.
Okay, that's great. Well, thank you so much. It's been lovely interviewing you, and I want to thank my audience for joining us today. Um, Please remember to watch us. You can find us on my Instagram link. That'll be on in the down below in the show notes along with Lynn's information. And we look forward to you coming back and hearing more of our special series, JTV Instagram Live. This is Jeanette Burke, your host, signing off.